President Huang, you have my gratitude. Your testimony has helped to uncover a new contradiction.
Contradiction, you say?
Yes, one that turns that very foundation of this case on its head. During my investigation, there was no one at the crime scene, so the flags remained still. However, the flags were actually fluttering in the strong wind. This completely changes the meaning of that piece of evidence. Which evidence contradicts the state of the crime scene? This one. Because that means it was someone at a different angle that shot there. Fuck. The gunshot rang out during the president's speech and the bullet struck the balloon. It also pierced through the national flag, and previously deduced the bullet's trajectory during using these facts. Boop. The assassin fired the bullet from the left side of the audience area. However, if the flags were fluttering about like so, my reasoning changes. Ah, since the flag's position has changed. Correct. The bullet's trajectory must have also changed. And if we trace the trajectory to the bullet, we can tell who fired the shot. But Mr. Edgeworth, that person is... Indeed. I still don't understand why, however it can be none other than him. By tracing the bullet's path, who was the person that fired the gun? Well, yeah, it's obviously Knightley. He's right there. The person who shot the balloon was none other than you, Horace Knightley.
What?
Connecting the bullet holes in the bullet in the balloon and the flag, the line points to you. Bullet's trajectory data updated in my organizer. Thank you very much. But the guy's one of the president's bodyguards. Why would you have shot the steel samurai bullet, sir? Why indeed.
Preposterous. I agree with the detective. There is no reason. Everything, Knightley, who has saved my life on numerous occasions, is an assassin.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, I've had it up to here with you. I would display on my neck if it wasn't covered. My job is to protect the president.
Knightley, control yourself.
Sorry, sir.
Prosecutor, indeed, the wind is strong during my speech. However, the wind's strength can change very quickly. Evidence shows evidence the flag was flying at the moment of the gunshot.
Okay, the gunshot occurred at the moment the president raised his fist in the sky. The evidence that shows this moment is... I have something that shows the state of the flag. Oh god. You can't see the flag there. Good. State of the flag. Well, I mean, the bullet hole there would prove that it was like flying. But I guess like this. He said like during when his raised his fist, or fist was raised. She said like that's when it was. Whatever. This doesn't really show in it. Show it. Oh, show it. Okay, what do you think? God. What? You mean that thing you're holding, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. This. Do you want to hold it? I think you should just admit that you were wrong. Evidence that shows the moment of the incident. Let me check again. Fuck off with showing, okay? It's close enough. The evidence is in this photo.
Interesting. And where is this photo exactly?
To prove that the flag was flying in the photo is in the photo right here. Oh! Well, yeah, that would do it. Oh, I didn't even see that. Don't you see the fluttering flag that can be seen in this photo?
No.
There's no mistaking that the flags were flying at the moment of the incident. So then, it really was that guy who shot the balloon. That would mean Mr. Knightley is the assassin. Horace Knightley is... not the assassin. Fuck. Because he only shot the balloon. He didn't shoot not the assassin. Horace Knightley is not the assassin. The only thing he shot was a balloon on the opposite side of the president. He wasn't aiming at the president.
Why then? Why was it necessary for me to do a thing like that? Depending on your answer, I might take aim at your pretty little head.
Why was it necessary? I presume the reason is connected to that one thing that's felt out of place. The one who shot the balloon was the president's bodyguard, Knightley. The fact will change the entire viewpoint of this case. Dun 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 dun. Oh. Back those. Thank you. Why was Knightley's position changed?
Because I can't turn my head to the right. My position got changed to the president's left side. In other words, I was relocated to the right side of the stage.
Was that really the only reason? If the plans had not been changed, then Knightley remained on the left side of the stage. Knightley can't turn his head to the right. Would he have been able to aim at the balloon on the left side of the stage? Perhaps. The security plans were altered so that Knightley could shoot the balloon. If that's the case... What's this? The details of the security plans were changed.
Yeah, that's right. It was changed yesterday. President's orders.
The security plans were changed on the president's orders. Was he, like, hiring a hit on himself? What the fuck? Now we're getting into some weird shit that I wasn't ready for. In other words, the president knew about the balloon being shot. He knew about the attempt of his own life. If you think about it that way, everything that's been out of place is beginning to add up. Why was the assassin able to get a gun past such tight security? Why was the assassin wearing a conspicuous red hood? Why did they use a laser sight that would easily reveal their location? Well, it's actually really fucking hard to aim a revolver without anything. You'd just be guessing. Why was the president so calm after being shot? This was the truth the president and his subordinates tried to conceal. There can only be one reason why Knightley fired the gun. The entire assassination was a setup. Huh? Huh?
What?
How dare you? Do you seriously understand what you're implying with this?
Of course I understand. In fact, now I understand everything. Mr. President, you wish to take the investigation rights from me. That was also you could conceal the truth.
How dare you mock me with those suspicious allegations?
Mock you? That was not my intention. I simply used logic to uncover the truth, that is all. Knightley fired the first shot in order to rupture the balloon. Hearing the gunshot and the sound of the balloon bursting, the audience began to panic. This was followed by one more shot. Wait, one more shot? Yes, Knightley turned towards the balloon and pulled the trigger a second time. The second gunshot was also fired by Knightley to create the illusion of the second shot hitting the president. So what about the bullet that hit the president's bulletproof vest? It was already there. What if that bulletproof vest had been prepared in advance? What's the matter, Mr. President? Afraid of facing a little bullet?
That was true. I was definitely shot.
If we examine the bullet in your vest, it would answer the question for us. Will we find Rook's blood on that bullet?
What? The person who shot me is in the photo.
No, they weren't even pointing it at you, really. Were you listening, Mr. President? From the bullet's trajectory, the one who fired the shot must have been Knightley. And Nicole? She too was part of the president's plan. She was to bear the blame and become the false assassin. The red-hooded figure. Exactly. I don't know how much of the plan Miss Swift knew beforehand. However, she didn't fire the gun. All she did was aim the laser pointer at the president's head. I mean, we can just check. 2 shots have been fired from this. This would be the grip. I didn't look at the grip. I was checking the bullets. It's never been a very pleasant feeling. Like, if this is 2 shots, then how did the 2 shots come out of this? Like, did she walk up and grab it? Like, what? Or were they always just empty? Then, like, imply that, like, when they find that gun, that was the assassination gun. That's right. Once the crowd began to panic, you would turn your park inside out. And thus the red-hooded figure vanished. After that, you discarded the gun and security plan in the trash. And the illusion of the assassin vanishing like a ghost was complete. If the assassin, and with the assassin gone, the case would go unsolved, pal. Yeah, that was what he hoped for. That's why he wouldn't let Mr. Edgeworth investigate the case. Exactly. All of this was an asinine publicity stunt from a lying president.
But you.
Yes. You good? Oh, God. Oh, Jesus, help me.
You wrong eye.
He revealed his true form.
Balrog.
An assassination is a lie, isn't it?
In my file for the chief. Why did he pick after you? This should not have happened.
Well played, Mr. Prosecutor.
Daily.
I am speaking with the president now. Thank you very much.
You're a chess player. You know, Knightley always strives to protect the king. So shut up. Now.
Are you threatening me, Mr. Knightley? What's with this guy?
Oops, sorry. I went over the top there. But on to business. As my first move, I want to ask you a question. You say I fired a gun on the stage, right? Then I should have been caught. The entire audience was watching me.
I see. Now it's my move. You used a certain object to prevent the spectators from seeing you.
Certain object.
What did Knightley use? He used those little briefcases. Easy sauce.
The Tachi case.
Exactly. I'd like you to have a look at this photo Kay took. Like, you can clearly tell your hand's over there. Your right hand is completely hidden by the case. This photo captures the exact moment you secretly fired the gun. You used the Itachi case as a screen.
You seem to enjoy making up convenient stories, Mr. Prosecutor. But you've missed something.
What have I missed?
That everything you've said is just a hypothesis, a theory. Flags flapping in the wind, using the case as a screen. The security plans were modified because I can't move my neck. You've got no decisive evidence.
Well, we have proof that the details were changed on the president's orders.
Yeah, it'd be great if you had that bullet that hit the balloon. Then you could examine it and see if the ballistic markings matched my gun. But that bullet's probably at the bottom of the lake. Finding it would be real tough, right?
I hate to admit it, but it's as he says. There's no decisive evidence. I mean, we could just pull the bullet out of Rook's body.
If there's no proof, you can't convict. The only thing you can do is shut up, so do so.
Miss Swift. That's it. If she speaks, we could hear new testimony.
Hey, lady, you got something to say?
Never mind.
There we go. I thought so.
Nicole, don't be afraid. The truth will escape if you let that man intimidate you. You're a reporter, a journalist, are you not? I will not remain silent.
You better consider your position, unless you use your head before saying something you'll regret.
I forgot the #1 rule of journalism. Journalists must not tell lies. You can't call it a scoop if it ain't the truth. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm so sorry. I've been hiding this the whole time. This is I used this laser pointer to aim at the president. That's all I did. I never fired the gun.
You stupid woman! If you testify, you'll be admitting you're an accomplice.
I don't care. I'm gonna tell him everything. 3 days ago, I was covering an event at the Zhengfa embassy. There, some of the president's men called me over. They said if I cooperated, I'd get an exclusive interview with the president. And the gun in the trash? I really don't know. All I was told was to come wearing a red hood and aim the laser pointer. I never thought it would snowball into all of this. I'm really, truly sorry. Nicole, thank you. That was testimony worthy of the courtroom. This is sufficient testimony to verify the fake assassination plot.
Damn you! A lot of you! You're all a bunch of mindless morons!
It's a shame. If only you'd been able to usurp the investigation as planned. Usurp. You would have been able to silence this young lady.
Blast!
So tomorrow's headlines now read, fake assassination plot exposed. Becomes a murderer. Right? I can't believe that you do something that's horrible, pal.
I admit nothing.
The president. Nightly. That's enough. I have no choice but to admit it. So, Mr. President, you admit that you planned the fake assassination?
Yes, I admit it. I'm sorry.
But why? Why did you have to do this?
My approval ratings in Zhengfa have fallen. It's hard. I wanted to appeal to them as a strong president who survived the assassination. But in the end, it was just a lie. A stupid lie. You know, I could pass a law or something that's popular, but no. I just want to look tough.
And the bullet in the bulletproof vest?
Prepared earlier. It was not fired today.
Bulletproof vest data updated. What about Mr. the Killer?
It seems our plan was leaked. Someone wanted to make this fake assassination real.
That's why the Killer wore the red raincoat. He would impersonate the culprit from the plan in order to approach the president.
But there's still one thing I don't understand.
What's that?
Why did Rook die? His death was not part of this charade, and yet it really happened.
Yes, why was his life taken?
Ethan was an outstanding bodyguard. Even though he wasn't from my country, he had my utmost trust.
Knightley. I wouldn't think that having the truth of a cowardly trust of a cowardly president meant that much, honestly. Hey, that's the same sort of bond between me and Mr. Edgeworth, pal. I wouldn't put it that way. I don't trust you at all. Did Rook know of your plan?
Not the exact details. I asked him to cooperate and he refused.
You should have listened to his advice.
Yes, indeed. I wouldn't have done all of this if I'd known.
You're being too dramatic.
What?
Rook was just one piece of the president's defense.
Knightley,
It's not as if he cooperated with your plan. I did. He ran away, taking whatever dignity he had left with him. Good riddance.
I know you're a valuable bodyguard, but still.
I don't have time for this, sir. I'm the team leader now. There's going to be a lot of changes now that the chicken's gone. After all, adaptation is the most important principle in chess.
I knew you always wanted to be the team leader. But isn't this a bit imprudent?
I will orchestrate even more perfect plans, just like this one.
You definitely have ambition. But wasn't your perfect plan today a failure?
If it weren't for you and that idiot Rook, it would have been perfect.
What did Rook do?
If he hadn't died, the killer wouldn't have threatened me. You would have never set foot on this plane.
Knightley, how could you say such a thing?
Yeah, he died trying to save you, Mr. President. Maybe he fulfilled his lifelong ambition.
He died protecting the president. Huh? But the assassination was fake, right?
Of course it was. But you need to listen closer, little girl. Remember the guy who wanted to make the fake assassination real? There were 2 gunshots at the time of the incident. The first was, as you said, I shot the balloon. But the second one wasn't me.
So who fired the second shot?
The real assassin. But it wasn't to kill her. He intended to attack the president with a knife, not a gun. The lucky winner was the hidden queen. Or should I say the lady in the coat over there?
Eh? You're accusing Nicole Powell. I ain't no assassin.
Really? I don't believe you. The gun that was left in the trash, that was yours, right?
Nightly testimony.
I shot the balloon into the plane with Rook and the president. Rook waited in the cabin while I led the president into the security room. When I came out, Rook was already on the ground. The bullet that lady fired must have hit him while we escorted the president to the plane. The shot was fired from the gun you found in the trash.
So you're saying you don't know exactly when the victim was shot?
A knight's job isn't to protect the Rook. It's to protect the king.
Huh? What he's trying to say is his job is to protect the president only.
It's over if you lose the king. Checkmate. That's the first rule of chess.
If you let your pieces get taken right in front of you, you're not likely to win.
But I did win. Look, the president's safe.
Yeah, but you're about to go to fucking jail for killing Rook, bitch. Don't claim victory when the game has only just begun. Do I have any proof on any of this? Nightly. In case of emerging, Nightly will lead the president inside the plane. Huh. But in this case... Damn, I don't know. I don't think that's true. Why'd you do that? The assassination was supposed to be fake.
There were a lot of guests milling around outside. Wouldn't it be bad if the president who just escaped an assassination was seen lounging around and drinking grape juice? Imagine the headlines.
What was the victim doing at that time?
He should know. How should I know? I wasn't the president inside the security room. Anyway, when I came out, Rook was already on the ground.
So he just died randomly. Where do you find the body?
About where he is now. He collapsed in the middle of the room. When I returned, the door to the plane was already closed. The bullet must have hit Rook right before the door closed. Talk about a hassle. It's all his fault that his plan failed.
Alright, that's too far.
Even if he protected the king, he couldn't protect his honor. He was careless in his duty, and he paid the price for it.
This man is truly despicable.
As I was saying.
Weren't you both carrying the bulletproof Hitachi cases?
Yeah, when Rook noticed the laser pointer, he opened up those bad boys and became the president's shield.
You're telling me the bullet slipped through the space between your shields, and you're claiming that Miss Swift has such precise aim.
Well, she was targeting the president. I wouldn't say her aim's precise at all.
So the bullet was off target to just happen to hit the victim instead, through the tiny gap between its bulletproof vest and case.
I don't want to believe it either, but they say the truth is stranger than fiction. Rook was hit by a 1 in a million shot, and you have the evidence to prove it.
How do you know it was shot from there? So the second shot wasn't part of your plan.
That's right. She did that on her own. If you think about it, wasn't she desperate for a scoop?
I'm a journalist. Ain't no murderer.
Well then, who was the one who joined the plan in order to get exclusive coverage?
And that's
It's just like you said. I orchestrated this fake assassination attempt. She was only supposed to aim the laser pointer. I guess it wasn't enough for her. She prepared her own gun and I took aim at the president. She probably thought wouldn't get caught if she went on and shot me too. I only fired the first shot, and then Miss Swift fired the second one. In other words, Nicole also had a gun. Never thought she was the type. Let me prove it's just pure speculation. And bam! Let's present some evidence. I don't even think it's possible. I don't think it's possible. How'd she present her? I don't think it is even possible. That she could have gotten it. 2, that only 1 shot because there's 2 rounds missing in it. And fucking random shit. Why would she have this gun as well? And so you shot the balloon and Miss Swift shot Rook. Is that really true? I can't see it any other way. The gun we discovered in the trash was fired twice. Number of gunshots don't add up. Why don't the gunshots add up? It's simple. This gun is fake evidence, left behind by the real criminal. Fake evidence? Think about it. The criminal planted this for a reason. By finding the gun, we'd assume that the assassin was in the crowd. In order to make us believe that the gun was used by the assassin. The gun needed to appear as if it had been fired twice. I get it because 2 shots were fired during the incident. However, we proved that the bullet that hit the balloon did not come from this gun. Therefore, I have my doubts as to whether this gun also took Rook's life. Here it comes. You're packing some serious heat. Enough with the song and dance. You come this far. Go ahead and say it.
I won't just say it. I'll prove it. The one who really shot Rook is you piece of shit. Horace Knightley, you murdered Rook.
You finally said it.
Oh, Knightley, you couldn't have. The killer wasn't the only one who took advantage of the fake assassination plot. You intended to murder Rook and claim he was a victim of the assassination. Once the president had entered the security room and the door into the plane was closed, only the victim and Knightley would have been left in this room. That moment, you fired a 3rd bullet directly at Rook.
The 3rd bullet. Only 2 gunshots were heard. The number don't match up.
Yeah, it's close. It's soundproof. Plane 12s are soundproof. If the door was closed, the gunshot would not have been heard outside. Was the president in the next room? That's true. The president must have heard the gunshot. Mr. President, did you hear a gunshot?
I didn't hear any gunshots.
But weren't you watching this room through the security cameras?
The cameras in this room are usually turned on. I turned on the power after I entered the security room.
So you didn't turn on the power immediately after entering the room?
No, actually,
What is it? He's not being clear. Mr. President, focus. This is vital. Please.
I was hiding under the bed, covering my ears.
What? But you knew the assassination was fake.
It doesn't matter, I simply hate the sound of guns. That terrifying sound, I just can't help it.
Unbelievable. That definitely ain't going in my article.